Are we in business? Looks like we're good. Oh man. Okay. They changed up my stream key. So I couldn't figure out why the heck it wasn't working. Then I realized I had to get a new stream key. I don't know why they all of a sudden changed the stream key. I don't know, for no reason at all. A little bit annoying. Alright. But we're in business. What up, Mr. Chang? Got your psych midterm back? How'd you do? I see a frowny face, which basically means not so hot. Not so hot? What up, Akshat? Who do you have for bio again? I forget. Although, or I don't think I actually ever knew. Man. What up, Ryan? Sanvi? How you guys doing? Not bad, but not very good either. It's like a mid-level. You missed Apes on Tuesday? What did you miss? Let's see. So Tuesday we just started a lecture on water pollution. It's the one that we're finishing in class on the block day. So you just missed the first half of the lecture. It's on School Loop. Just a little bit of lecture, starting our new unit. Water pollution is the first topic, so we did about half hour of it, maybe about the first 20 slides. We got through fresh water. What's up, Chaitra? How you doing? 70%? That's like I mean, it depends. Usually it's not the best, but it depends. It depends on like how the rest of the class does. I was looking into different psychology. Been listening to psychology and philosophy podcasts lately. I could listen to something about addiction, which was super interesting. And the philosophy podcast I've been listening to is called Philosophize This, and there's like 120 episodes. And I'm starting at the very beginning, and it just kind of goes through all the history of philosophy. It's kind of crazy. What's crazy is some of the ideas that people had originally, way back in 1000 BC. People are starting to think about like what is like the meaning of life, and coming up with all these weird ideas of what truth is, and the idea that like everything on earth is just like an imperfect representation of like a perfect thing that exists in some other plane, like in like a godlike plane. And so there's like a perfect tree that God created or something like that. But on earth we see trees and they're not quite perfect. Or like humans, there's like perfect humans. Some bizarre things that went on over there. Hey Jasmine. You were wondering whether skin color evolved light to dark or dark to light. It evolved dark to light, because remember when we think about human evolution, and human history, humans evolved. Right now, the theory is humans evolved out of Africa. So the first human species evolved in Africa, where you would need darker skin to protect your folate levels from the UV. You'd have a high UV at the equator like that, which is where Africa would be closer to the equator. So the idea would be lighter skin evolved later as the human populations migrated towards the poles, where there was less UV light. And so the need for pigment decreased, and there was a selection pressure for lighter skin so that they could absorb more vitamin D at the poles. So most likely, to answer your question simply and straightforwardly, dark to light. Interesting, Mr. Chang. I'd have to take a look at it. What's up, Kapalua Beach? I don't know if I ever asked you, where is Kapalua Beach? And is that what your picture is? Your little icon there? I can't tell. Akshat. So fair-skinned people will have some problems in places with stronger sunlight. So will dark-skinned people have problems in weaker sunlight areas? Potentially. The one potential issue with darker skin and in closer to the poles where there's weaker light is that you wouldn't get enough light to trigger your body to produce enough vitamin D. So the vitamin D is an important vitamin for our bodies, and oftentimes it's triggered. Our bodies produce vitamin D based off getting one way in which we produce vitamin D is exposure to light. And so if you don't have enough light exposure, you could be vitamin D deficient, and that would be the issue, the problem for darker skinned people towards the poles. So yes, there's downsides to both ends of the spectrum. You're welcome, Jasmine. Did that answer your question? Hopefully that was clear. Okay, so the beach is in Maui. The name Kapalua Beach is it evokes a picture of, I'm not surprised it's in Hawaii, which is a place I have never actually been. I've never been to Hawaii, and I should go there sometime. Just never gotten around to it. I always felt like Hawaii was just like, oh, it's right over there. It's just it's close. I could get there eventually, and I just never do. Instead, I go to all these other places that are far away. Hey, Siddhartha. You're asking, what is the source of genetic variation? The source. What is the source? The source of genetic variation is, it depends if you're talking about asexual organisms or sexually reproducing organisms. But for both of them, asexual and sexual, one source is mutations. So randomly you'll have genes that will mutate, and that creates new versions of them. Most of the time those mutations are completely useless or sometimes even harmful. But on occasion, you get a mutation that creates a nice little bump to the advantage of the gene, or to the trait that the gene codes for. So mutations is one source. The other source of variation that's only found in sexually reproducing organisms is crossing over during meiosis. So when you have a sexually reproducing organism, like humans or all other animals, when the two animals reproduce, their chromosomes mix together and create brand new combinations in the offspring. So you get variation that way as well. Nisa, is that your name? Nisa or Nisa? Or Nissa? I don't know how to pronounce that. I like the name though. Nisa. I'm gonna guess Nisa. What is horizontal gene transfer? Horizontal gene transfer is when two bacteria exchange their DNA with each other. So like one bacteria will connect to another bacteria, and the little bridge will form between the two bacteria. And some of the genetic information from one bacteria can go into the other. And so it's like transferring a gene or some genetic material from one to the other, and that other can take that genetic material and use it as well. And so it's a way of kind of transferring genes from one to the other without having to reproduce. Some people call horizontal gene transfer just in a kind of like they call it the bacterial sex, because the bacteria can exchange genetics just like sexually reproducing organisms exchange genetic material. I don't want to get too raunchy with it though. Akshat, what are folate levels? So folate is another vitamin that's an important vitamin in humans. One of its important functions is helping during the development of an embryo or a fetus in a pregnant woman. Folate is really required for the formation of a spine correctly. And so what can happen is if you don't have high enough folate levels, you can have birth defects, spinal deformities in the offspring of that individual who had the low folate level. And so folate is damaged by UV light. So therefore, if you're light-skinned and you spend a lot of time outside at the equator or closer to the equator where the UV light is stronger, it can damage your folate levels. And if you happen to be pregnant, that can be an issue with your offspring. Hopefully that makes sense. I know I plan on visiting Hawaii at some point. I don't know when. I don't see myself going there by myself. Like, I like to travel alone. But when I travel alone, I like to go to more exotic places and spend a long time. Like a couple summers ago, you know, I went to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam for about 5 weeks. And then this summer, I already booked my tickets. I'm headed to Eastern Europe. I'm going to go to Croatia, Slovenia, Hungary, Serbia, and Montenegro. And that'll be for 6 weeks. Onslaught, do analogous structures go hand in hand with convergent evolution? Let me think about that. Analogous structures are structures that have the same function but different structure. And convergent evolution is when yes, you're right. Yeah, convergent evolution can oftentimes lead to analogous structures. It's a good connection. I never thought about that connection, but that's a good connection, Onslaught. Smart thinking. I like the connections you're making there. I'm a fan. I don't know what I'm playing yet. I was thinking of playing Stardew Valley. I'm gonna pop this thing open. We'll get a little background music. You guys ever played the game Stardew Valley? I'm gonna start a new farm. I played one a while ago, and I'm trying to get back into it. It's a relaxing game. Relaxing. Plus, it'll give us a little background music so it's not so quiet. Slaya, what up, my dude? Is the test going to be on the whole evolution? On the whole evolution? Like the entire evolution? You mean the whole evolution unit? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. It's going to cover the whole evolution, my dude. Chaitra, is binomial nomenclature going to be on the exam? No, not for me. We didn't get into binomial nomenclature, so don't worry about that. It's a mouthful though, that word, huh? Binomial nomenclature. I almost like bite my tongue off trying to say that word. There are some scientific jargon words where it's just like, I feel like you gotta go to the dentist after you say it. Your mouth is all jacked up. I got it right, Nisa? Perfect. Who's your teacher, Nisa? I don't know you. Who do you have for bio? Chaitra, how does a comparison of human and chimpanzee chromosomes provide evidence of common ancestry? Is it just that they share 98% of their DNA? Yeah, pretty much. There's another interesting thing about the DNA that we didn't talk about, but essentially you just need to know that because humans and chimps share so much of our DNA, so close, that it gives, it lends itself evidence, right, to the fact that we must be very closely related because our DNA. So, okay, let's just talk this real quick. Let me just drop a little knowledge on this idea of DNA and how it supports evolution and the idea. So DNA, right, is constantly changing because it's getting, every time it's copied, there's chances for mutations. And so we know that mutations occur at a regular rate. So what that means is that as two species evolve away from each other, over time their DNA will mutate and get further and further and further apart, meaning more and more differences over time. So that means that if you compare the DNA of two organisms, the closer they are together, that means that the more likely they had a common ancestor more recently. It means they're closer related because they haven't had enough time to have enough mutations and enough change to their DNA to make them very different, the DNA very different. So we can use DNA, we can sequence the DNA of all these organisms, and we can literally just make a cladogram of how closely related they are based off of how close their DNA is. So the organisms that have the most differences in their DNA will be the ones that are probably the least related, the most distantly related, meaning their common ancestor was way, 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 way back in time. So the idea is that chimps and humans are so close in their DNA, they've probably evolved relatively recently away from each other. So very closely related. Jasmine, you saying that it's so much of the similar that there are so few differences genetically between that they deduce that they're related. Yeah, pretty much. Nice. That's a good summary, Jasmine. Very, very good summary. That's good. You have Mr. Gann. Nice. I was hanging out with Mr. Gann today after school. Me, Mr. H, and Mr. Gann had a little powwow after school today. We're going to make a new, some of you, if you have Miss Lerner, you've seen the dissection safety video. Those of you who don't, haven't seen it yet, but we'll play it next week. It just kind of goes over the safety guidelines. But I made that video, that dissection safety video, years ago. And so you probably saw that there's 2 teachers in there that no longer teach at Monte Vista, or sorry, that don't teach biology. One still teaches at Monte Vista. She teaches chemistry, Miss Moore. And then the other is Mr. Goldenkrantz, who teaches at Cupertino High School now. And so what I want to do, what we're powwowing, is I want to make a brand new one for next year. It's going to have me, Mr. H, Miss Lerner, Miss Chow, and Mr. Gann in it, and we'll do a whole new one. I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to make it full of laughs like I did with the first one. But it'll update it so it's got the teachers that actually teach the class. No problem, Chaitra. Anytime, I got you. Jasmine, when horizontal gene transfer occurs, do the bacteria trade DNA or do they copy the DNA? It's usually a copy, so it's not like a bacteria is losing DNA. It's just giving a copy of its DNA to the other one. So it's not like it's not really a trade, right? It's not like I lose anything if I'm a bacteria and I'm doing horizontal gene transfer. I'm just giving a copy. Start a new farm. Name Mr. Jones. This is going to be Jones Farm. Favorite thing? What is my favorite thing? What should I put for my favorite thing? My favorite thing. Animal preference? 100% dog. Are there any cat people in the chat? Dogs are the way to go. Although, here's the thing. I like them both. They're just, I think for me, it's got to be a dog. Ansh, don't all animals have DNA similar to an extent? How do we tell when the DNA isn't close to the order of descent in a cladogram? How do we tell when the DNA isn't close? I'm not quite sure what your question is. Your first part, your question, we're saying don't all animals have DNA similar to an extent? And that is correct, yes. Every living thing on Earth is related to each other. It just depends on how recent, right, or how closely related. right? So for example, humans and chimpanzees, our DNA is much closer, much more similar. Very less mutations have occurred that makes it different between our two species. So we're closer related. However, humans and like bacteria, we also share a lot of DNA, but it's not nearly as close, and so we're much more distantly related. So, does that make sense? I'm not quite sure how to answer your second part. How do we tell when the DNA isn't close? The order of descent in a cladogram? I don't know, maybe restate that second part because I don't quite know how to answer it. Speaking of the dissection video, one of my friends wanted me to make a YouTube parody of your video. Do it! I would love to see that, man. A YouTube parody. I would be a huge fan. I encourage you to do that. You're a dog person, Chaitra? Same. Although I don't have a dog. Do you have one? I should get one. What is my favorite thing? Let's see. How about huckleberries? Standard farm, a simple plot of land with a large amount of space. Riverland farm. Farm is spread across several islands. Fish are more common. The woods limit your farming space, however the bounty of the forest is nearly at your doorstep. Hilltop. Rocky terrain and a winding river make it difficult to design your farm, however mineral deposits. Okay. There's plenty of good land here, but beware at night the monsters come out. Oh no. Chaitra, what are the major phases of human evolution that we need to know? I would say for human evolution, you should know a little bit like what the use of some of the traits that we have are, like what the selection pressures were that would have caused things like the opposable thumb to evolve, or, you know, front-facing vision. But I'm not going to ask you too much high-level detail on human evolution. I think you can expect the questions on human evolution to be more straightforward, and if you just got the general gist of the human evolution activity, you should be fine. But focus on some of the unique traits that humans have, or that other primates have, and kind of just be able to understand why they would be beneficial and what the selection pressures might be that cause them to evolve. What I meant is, how do we tell the order of the last couple ancestors in a cladogram, since they don't have very similar DNA? You know, in those, I'm not sure. If you're doing it strictly by just differences in DNA, you would plot them on the cladogram based on how similar the DNA is. So the ones at the end, you just sort of order again by how close. Even if it's not very close, still there's going to be differences with how close it is. So you could still place them. Mushrooms, that's not bad. Mushrooms are really good, Jasmine. I do like mushrooms, but huckleberries is an inside joke. If you don't have me for a teacher, you're not going to understand the huckleberry joke. It is kind of like a blackberry. Actually, let me pull up a picture of a huckleberry, so we can just all see what that looks like. They actually look a little more similar to a blueberry. So I'll show you guys a pic. So that's a huckleberry right there. So you can kind of see they look like, they basically, if I saw these in nature, right, they look like blueberries. Right, that looks almost exactly like a blueberry. You would definitely confuse that with a blueberry. Ooh, huckleberry ice cream? Excuse me? That looks pretty good. What is this? It's like a huckleberry bread. Alright, I think we're gonna go Wilderness Farm, maybe? At night, monsters come out. I'm okay with that. We can deal with some monsters. What the heck just happened? Did I click something wrong? Oh, I clicked back. You'll be my huckleberry, Mr. Chang. Oh, this is the intro to the whole setup for my very special grandson. Sealed envelope. Don't open it yet. Have patience. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. True that. That day has come for me, and your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. When that happens, my boy, you'll be ready for this gift. What's up, zombie? Huckleberry Bros, for sure. That's a never-ending joke. What's up, Tater Cat? You also bought 2 books to read when you're not busy with homework. Verbal Judo and How to Analyze People. I gotta open this letter real quick because I am at a desk job that's killing my soul. Dear Mr. Jones, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy, Jones Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my boy. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? What is verbal judo? Does that mean it's like how to like talk, you know, in a way in which you can like incapacitate people? Hello, you must be Mr. Jones. Indeed I am. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm's right over here, if you'll follow me. This is Jones Farm. Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. And here we are, your new home. Ah, the new farmer. Welcome, I'm Lewis, mayor of Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. So you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. Rustic, that's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. Guy's shaking with anger. Don't listen to her, Mr. Jones. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you buy one of her house upgrades. Anyway, you must be tired from the long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. The townspeople would appreciate that. Almost forgot, if you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. Good luck. So it looks like, Mr. Chang, it looks like you're trying to get yourself socially fluent. How to listen, how to talk, how to analyze. Probably will help you if you're gonna deal with people in as a police officer, I would imagine. Okay, so we walk around this little house. Parsnip seeds. 15 parsnip seeds. Here's a little something to get you started, Mayor Lewis. And we got some quests in our journal. Getting started. If you want to become a farmer, you have to start with the basics. Use your hoe to till the soil, then use a seed packet on the tilled soil to sow a crop. Water every day until the crop is ready to harvest. Okay, I know all this. I've played this before. Gotta introduce myself to 28 people. Okay, cool. That's awesome that you chose to major in psych. That's really cool. I love psychology. One of my favorite subjects. Alright, so I gotta clean this mess up. All this stuff. Gotta create a little room so I can plant. Get some a tiny little garden started. Wouldn't even call it a farm at this point. Clear this away. And then I gotta use my axe to get these little trees down. Cut these giant trees. Oh, you can use your axe on things. Logs. Cut this thing down. I love the graphics of this game. It's such like a nostalgia trip for me, bringing me back to my old OG days of gaming. I get rid of these rocks too. So I use the pick. Almost ready to plant. A little more cleared up here. I think I'm going to cut this tree too, just to get it out of the way. Create a little more space. It's going to block in my view. Oh my god, my energy is almost done for the day. Look at that. My energy bar in the bottom right corner. Okay, let's go ahead and make a little patch. So we have 15 seeds. So let's make a little patch, little garden here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shoot. Whoop. Do a 3 by 5. Accidentally do a 3 by 6, so whatever. And we'll plant our seeds. And we gotta water them. We'll water this one. What up, Maria? This game's called Stardew Valley. You inherit like an abandoned farm from your grandfather, and your goal is to sort of get the farm up and running. And so I just started. Just cleared some space and made my first little garden. Planted some parsnip. Just watered it. And my energy is basically done for the day, so what I'm going to do is, it's noon, it's midday, I just watered these seeds, I don't have much energy for much else. I guess I'll head to town, because I gotta meet people. Bus stop, Pelican Town. Ooh, we get a little dandelion. Who's this dude? It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Harvey, the local doctor. What up, Doc? Okay, so that's one. I need to meet 25 more people. The Stardrop Saloon. Take a look inside. Oops. Oh shoot, I keep pressing the wrong mouse key. I'm gonna run out of energy. What are you up to, my dude? Welcome to Stardrop Saloon. What can I get you? Okay, you sell beer, salad, bread, spaghetti, pizza, coffee, hash browns, omelets, pancakes, bread, tortilla, pizza, maki roll, baked fish. Okay. I don't know if that counts as meeting him. There it is. Well, hello there. I'm Gus, chef and owner of the Stardrop Saloon. Not a lot of bio questions tonight, huh? As I just go rummaging around through this dude's house. You're not good enough friends to enter his bedroom. Fair enough. That is true. I'm not good enough friends with Gus to enter his bedroom. I apologize for being snoopy. I was trying to meet people. I'm trying to meet 28 people. A little pool table. Arcade. Looks like a little... What is that? There's something there. Do you guys see that? I'm gonna lose my energy. 10? I don't know what that is. So no bio questions, okay. I hope people are ready for the evolution exam. If you have any non-bio related questions, I can answer as well. Anyone home? No one. What is biology? Biology is the study of life. It's the study of life. I mean, that's actually what it is. It's the study of life. Not much more than that. Archaeology office. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Ria, this isn't an evolution question, but what is a protein used in the immune system for physio? A protein used in the immune system, that would be antibodies. So any antibodies are proteins, and what they do is they are very specialized weapons that our immune system can deploy to fight off an infection, like a virus or a bacteria. And every antibody is perfectly matched to detect a certain foreign entity called an antigen that could get inside of our body. But they are protein based. They're made out of amino acids. You gotta meet this dude, the archaeology guy, Gunther. Welcome to Stardew Valley it's a mouthful. Archaeological office. This is embarrassing, but the previous curator made off with the entire collection. We don't have any artifacts for display, but I'm hoping to remedy that soon. Hey, if you find any artifacts or minerals out there, would you let me know? I will indeed. Yeah, this is Stardew Valley. Fortnite? Good question. I've heard that the new season has come out. I haven't played Fortnite in quite some time. I should play that again, actually. I should check it out. It's been... Oh, I don't even know. That's a really good question. I don't know how long it's been. But yeah, I will check. I'm considering playing Fortnite again soon. It's on my mind. I just forgot to update to download it. It would take a little bit of time, so I decided to not play it tonight. But yeah, I mean, I could definitely get on board with that. Maybe next stream, we can say next stream I'll play Fortnite. And Mr. Chang, am I able to recertify you? No, unfortunately not. I haven't taught physio in a couple years, so I don't even know if my situation is current. Like, I don't know if I'm still a certified CPR instructor like I used to be. I mean, I probably am, but I would have to do some digging to figure that out. But also, I can't just certify one person at a time. It has to be a group situation. Ooh, we get a little daffodil. Oh, your certification expires in less than a month. What's this dude? Hi, I'm Clint. Okay, Clint. Right. Alright, it's getting dark. I need to get home because monsters... I forgot I picked the one where monsters come out. Oh shoot, dead end. Oh, it's getting dark. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. I'm gonna die. It's gone. Because I don't know, I've never played the one where monsters come out at night, so I gotta get... We got 10 minutes. I think at 8 o'clock it officially becomes night. Actually, this, I know you can extract these worms. Inventory full. What should I drop? This. How do you drop something? What? There we go. You found a lost book. The library's collection has expanded. Expanding the knowledge. Rio, what about a protein for circulatory system and endocrine system? I gotta get in bed here. It's 8:40. Go to sleep for the night, yes. Protein for the circulatory system, that's going to be a hemoglobin is your best bet, because hemoglobin is a protein that's in red blood cells, and it carries oxygen. Its main job is to carry oxygen. In fact, not its main, its only job is to carry oxygen around the body in the blood, and you can find hemoglobin in red blood cells. Okay, so hemoglobin is a protein. In the endocrine system, good question. Endocrine system. I think there are protein hormones. I think hormones are proteins. So like an example of a hormonal protein. Let me pop this up because I thought hormones were steroids, which would be lipids technically. Let's see. I look up some examples. Peptide hormones, yeah, they exist. Most hormones can be classified as either amino acid based hormones or steroid hormones. Yeah, see, the steroids would not count. So there are some hormones in your endocrine system that are protein based. So let's see, what are some examples? Maybe like insulin? What does it say? Hormone proteins. Insulin is a good one. That's probably your best one. I would say if you're thinking physio, insulin is a good one. Why are these pictures all blacked out? What's going on with Google right now? Google's falling apart on us. But yeah, insulin is a great one. You know, insulin regulates blood sugar. It's secreted by the pancreas, so that's a good hormone. That's a protein. What else you got here? The thyroid, any hormone from the thyroid, T3, T4. I'm not talking about the Terminator movies. You got glucagon. That's also a blood sugar regulating hormone. Take your pick, my dude. Take your pick. Look at all these. Leptin and ghrelin are the two hormones that control appetite. Are super interesting. I want to take a peek at this pic though. Leptin increases blood pressure, decreases glucose-stimulated insulin secretion. Interesting. Increases heart rate, regulates bone mass, regulates menstrual cycle. Leptin getting busy. Leptin getting real busy in the human body. Doing all sorts of things that I didn't know. This is the only one I knew that it regulated appetite. But leptin's getting around with some other functions. What up, Neonica? How are you? Good. Life is good. I didn't get a chance to wish you happy birthday earlier this week. I know it was your birthday on Monday, right? The 11th. Hope you had a good birthday. Did something fun, hopefully. But happy belated. Didn't get a chance to see you. Hey, Nisa. What do we need to know that wasn't on the evolution quiz a few weeks ago? Basically, the new things that we added were human evolution stuff, and then some of the case studies, like the skin color case study, lactase case study. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We didn't add a whole lot. It's going to be a little bit of a rehash. So the evolution quiz is just going to be expanded, a little more detail than the exam will be a little more detailed because there's more questions, and it'll have some human evolution stuff along with evolution case studies of lactase human skin color. Number 3 is the oxygenation event. Keep that in mind. There could be a question about oxygenation event. So like, what is the relationship between the Earth's systems and evolution, right? So remember that video we watched with the worksheet. And then also we talked a little about human impact on evolution and biodiversity. We watched that little short Sean Carroll lecture where he talked about that. Those are some new things. Mr. Chang, did I know if you have a tourniquet on, it could be at least 16 hours before your limb has to be amputated? So you could basically tie a tourniquet around your arm that cuts all the blood flow off, and it's gonna be fine for 16 hours. Can you imagine the pain you'd be in though, and the coloration of that thing? You just get this black, just dead tissue hanging off. What up, Danush? Will the test have a VIST as the A level? Yes. Double gun, yes, for sure. A VIST will be on a VIST A level is guaranteed. That's a guarantee. That, as they say, is a Men's Warehouse. I guarantee it. Good. I'm glad you had a good day. And it was a bummer that I missed you. What up, Tarun? Tarun Bachu. What are you asking? What are some examples of organisms that are neither generalists or specialists? Are there even any organisms that fall within this category? Well, if you're not a generalist and you're not a specialist, what are you? I don't know if there's anything in between. You mean like an organism that's like good at like a couple things? Like it's not a generalist in the sense that it's good at a lot of things, but it also isn't specialized in one particular thing, but it's got like a couple. I don't know, maybe. I'm sure there's a spectrum. There's definitely, so yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, there's definitely a spectrum, right? So like the idea would be on one extreme, you have organisms that are really, really, really specialized, right? Like they have a very tiny range of like climate, food sources, very, very narrow, super specialized. Then on the other extreme, you have extreme generalists that can survive in a lot of different climates, temperatures, food sources, like humans. We are generalists to the max, right? We have people living all over the place because we can adapt really well. And then so I'm sure there's a spectrum of in between, right? 100%. Good question. I hadn't actually thought about it, but you made me think. You made me think, man. It has to be a good tourniquet though, like the NR, not a belt. Oh, I got some mail. What do we got on the mailbox here? It's an advert. I keep finding cool stuff, but my backpack is full. Does this sound like you? Well, Pierre's got you covered. Stop by Pierre's General Store today and check out our affordable size 24 backpack. See you soon. That is true. I am kind of maxing out my inventory. I gotta water my plants though, man. My parsnips. Water, 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 water. Look at them. They already sprouted overnight, these little cuties. I got more mail? Hello there. Just got back from a fishing trip. You should come down to the beach sometime. I've got something for you. Willie. Oh yeah, Willie, you got something for me? Go to the beach before 5 p.m. Okay, maybe we'll just do that today. Because I don't know what I want to do. I should probably buy more seeds? Expand my garden? Right now I'm just going strong on the parsnip game. Let's go take a look at the general store. It's 8:20 a.m. Is anyone open? Hey, dude, I gotta meet you, man. I have a quota. I gotta meet people. What up, Shane? What? What do you want? Go away. Ooh, bro. You're a tough dude. Alright, okay. I get it. You're gonna be hard to win over. I hear you. I'll leave you alone. I'm not giving up on you, dude. I'm not giving up. I'm coming back. We're gonna be best buds by the end of the day. Maybe not the end of the day, but at some point. Okay, a little calendar, people's birthdays, nice. An egg festival, flower dance. What do we got here? Oops. Help wanted. Could someone bring me wild horseradish? I love them. Gus. 150 gold on delivery. And Gus will be thankful. Accepted. Gotta find some wild horseradish. Let's pop into Pierre. It's locked. Opens at 9 a.m. 10 minutes. Tarun, is the skin color reading? In the skin color reading, how did the humans evolve to lose their hair? Was that in the reading? Their hair? Can someone help me out in the chat? Was that in the reading? I don't remember anything about hair. Oh, aren't you the one who just moved in? I am Maru. I'm Maru. I've been looking forward to meeting you. Okay. Maru. You know, with a small town like this, a new face can really alter the community dynamic. It's exciting. Maru, I like your glasses. A little cutie over here, huh? Alright, Pierre's is open. Gotta buy some stuff. How much is this backpack, dude? 2,000 gold? Get out of here, Pierre. You're off the charts with your prices. Pierre, your prices? Too high. You need to bring that down. Not now, I don't have that kind of money, but I'm gonna buy some seeds from you, my dude. What seeds should I get? Let's go... So I got parsnips already. I'm actually gonna buy 3 more parsnip seeds. Oh, my inventory's full. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna sell this sap. I don't need sap. I need 3 more seeds because I'm OCD and I have to fill out that little patch I made. And then I'm gonna buy some bean starters. Let's do... Oh my god, dude. Sell the dandelion, sell the daffodil. Bean starters, let's go with 5. They're pricey. Cauliflower, potato. What's up, Kishav? I think he means as humans evolved, they lost more and more hair. He's asking how that happened. Doesn't say that. Oh, I see. Like you're just asking in general, like what happened with hair. That's a good question. Let's look that up, man. I don't know. I have my suspicions. I have my hunches. Let's make a guess. Before I look it up, let's make a guess. You guys can guess too. What do you think the selection pressure was for hair loss? So what would be, okay, so you gotta start with like, what are the benefits of hair? Obviously it can keep you warm, protect you, can reflect light, right? So the light, it could help with UV light reflection. So why would that go away over time? Why would they not need to have... I mean, maybe because if you think about this, here's a good point. Humans stood upright, right? So the only part of them that's really getting directly hit by the sun when it's at its strongest in midday is their head. And that's the only place we actually still have hair because we stand upright. Where if you're an animal on 4 legs, your whole back is exposed to the light. But that doesn't explain why a lot of mammals have hair underneath. But they don't have as much. You ever look at a dog? Take a peek at its belly. It's usually pretty hairless compared to its back and its haunches. I don't know. Let's see how my theory pays off. But I could be completely wrong. Let's see. We're just gonna Google this. We're gonna be super scientific. Why did humans lose hair as they evolved? Let's look at Scientific American. What is the latest theory of why humans lost their body hair? Why are we the only hairless primates? Let's see what they say. Mark Pagel, head of the evolutionary biology group at the University of Reading in England, fills us in. We humans are conspicuous among the 5,000 or so mammal species in that we are effectively naked. Just consider what your pet dog or cat, or for that matter a polar bear, would look like, and how it might feel if its furry coat were shorn. Were shorn? How about we don't use the word shorn? Scientists have suggested 3 main explanations for why humans lack fur. All there's 3. All around the idea that it may have been advantageous for our evolving lineage to have become less and less hairy during the 6 million years since we shared a common ancestor with our closest living relative, the chimp. The aquatic ape hypothesis suggests that 6 million to 8 million years ago, ape-like ancestors of modern humans had a semi-aquatic lifestyle based on foraging for food in shallow waters. Fur is not an effective insulator in water, and so the theory asserts that we evolved to lose our fur, replacing it, as other aquatic mammals have, with relatively high levels of body fat. Speak for yourself. I'm lean. I'm cut. High levels of body fat. Get out of here. Imaginative as this explanation is, and helpful in providing us with an excuse for being overweight, paleontological evidence for an aquatic phase of human existence have proven elusive. Interesting. Not convinced on that one. Not convinced on that one. What's up, Aditya? Thanks for coming in. No worries. Don't have to apologize for not being here. It's completely optional. Dark Matter. Hey, what up? DM. Dark Matter. I think that because humans used persistence hunting as a survival technique, carrying around 40 pounds of fur wasn't ideal for an endurance run. Not a bad hypothesis, dude. Not bad. Let's take a peek. The second theory is that we lost our fur in order to control our body temp as when we adapted to life on the hot savanna. Okay, that makes sense. Our ape ancestors spent most of the time in the forests, but a furry, upright hominid walking around in the sun would have overheated. The body cooling idea seems sensible, but even though lacking fur might have made it easier for us to lose heat during the day, we would have also have lost heat during the night when we needed to retain it. Okay. Now, I believe that theory makes more sense to me than the aquatic one. Recently, a colleague and I suggested that ancestors to modern humans became naked as a means to reduce the prevalence of external parasites that routinely infest fur. Interesting. A furry coat provides an attractive and safe haven for insects such as ticks, lice, biting flies, and other ectoparasites. These creatures not only bring irritation and annoyance, but carry viral, bacterial, and protozoan-based diseases such as malaria, sleeping sickness, West Nile, and Lyme disease, all of which can cause chronic medical problems and in some cases death. Humans, by virtue of being able to build fires, construct shelters, and produce clothes, would have been able to lose their fur and thereby reduce the number of parasites they were carrying without suffering from the cold. Interesting. Okay, so there's some theories out there. Some of them are interesting. Put overweight person in caveman time era simulator. Watch fat burn / heartburn. But there are other animals that do run with a lot of fur. That is true, Tarun. There are. Well, name one. All animals. Most animals run, but the unique aspect that Dark Matter was talking about is the persistence hunting techniques that humans use, which is basically a extreme endurance kind of running. Like we're talking about days sometimes, or like many hours of running. Most animals, due to the way that they lose body heat, which is by panting, And also the fact that they're on all fours is not as an efficient as it makes you faster. So animals are way faster than humans, right? If you run after an animal, it's going to get away from you. But if you're able to track it and keep following it, it's going to tire out well before you do. And what humans used to do, and in fact some communities still do this to this day, is they just wear the animal down. They just track after it, constantly pursuing it, being very persistent, and eventually the animal will collapse due to heat exhaustion. And then the humans just catch up to it and get it. It's kind of a crazy technique. All right, what else should we plant here? Kale, jazz, flowers. So what should we? So I've got parsnips and beans. Ooh, should I go with taters? The little potato seeds. They're cheaper. Or should I go with some flowers and make it pretty? Plant in spring. Tulips. I'm gonna stick with, let's do some tulips. Just for some cuteness. Let's do this. I'm just gonna plant these for cuteness. Let's do like 4 of these. Okay. We're low on money. Oops. I'm just marking. That's the way. I'm just marking my territory. You know, like dogs like pee on everything. What if I just went around the town and I was like, the corner of this building, that's mine. This tree, that's mine. It's my territory. This dude. Oh, I don't want to pee on Alex. He looks tough. Oh, hey, so you're the new guy, huh? Cool. All right, Alex. I'll see you around, bro. Alright, bro. Are you gonna go toss your football around a little more? Dude, hit me with a pass, bro. I'm going deep. I'll do a post route. Ready? Go. Alright, I'm running into... Hey, look, I'm not unathletic. Just give me a second. I'll do a post route. Hit me with the pass. I'm cutting across. Hit me with the pass. See ya. What's up with this chick? Pam. Hey, kid. She just looks like someone who smokes a pack a day. Hey kid, the name's Pam. Don't be a jerk and we'll get along fine. Alright, Pam. Living in your little trailer over here. Akshat, but it's kind of going back to the beginning, but if a darker skinned person goes to a place where the sunlight is weak, then you said that the person might not be able to get enough vitamin D. How will that affect the offspring? How will it affect the offspring? Let me remember. I think it has to do, so vitamin D is important. Wow, I'm blanking. I'm blanking right now on the vitamin D thing. Anyone in the chat remember? I forgot. I didn't brush up on the article yet because I'm not teaching it till tomorrow. Well, yeah, I remember that from when I taught physio. So vitamin D binds calcium. So you need vitamin D in order to bind calcium in your bones. So you could have lack of bone density. You could have weak bones. That could be an issue. What else is anything saying here? It seems like the big one. Bone density issues, soft bones, skeletal deformities. Yeah. So imagine if you are pregnant and you don't have enough vitamin D's, you might have bone deficiencies in the offspring. You know? But let me take a look. Yeah, that's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting for that one. Tarun, can I explain? Hold on, time passes when I don't pause it in this game. Sorry. Can I explain neural tube defects? Yeah, neural tube defects are basically when any part of the nervous system doesn't develop. So in the very early stages, when an embryo is developing and becoming a fetus, and eventually become a baby, and then in the early stage, there's a neural tube forms, which is a tube which ends up turning into your spine and brain. It's where all of your central nervous system is. And so in the very early stages, when that tube is forming, it's possible to have a malformation of that tube, in which maybe it doesn't close all the way, it doesn't completely seal, or parts of it aren't, just don't develop quite properly, and that leads to brain or spine deformities and can lead to like impairment, nervous system impairment, which can be death or just severe impairment. So it's possible for let's just say a spinal cord to not completely, the spinal column to not completely close. And they're caused, one of the causes is low levels of folate, which is a vitamin that's required for that process. So that's why it's really risky for light-skinned women to be exposed to too much UV light that damages their folate levels. So it's possible. One thing is to take extra folate, right? And I believe, if I remember correctly, I think folate is like vitamin B12. Is that what folate is? It's one of the B vitamins, so you can take it. You can supplement it. I was just looking up if there's any other causes of neural tube defects besides folate deficiency. It looks like that's the big one. Yeah, it looks like one of the things to reduce your risk of neural tube deficiencies is to take a multivitamin that includes folate. At least for the first 2 to 3 months. So after 3 months of development, that neural tube has already kind of done is developed enough so that the folate level is not going to affect it anymore. So for if you're a pregnant woman, Tarun, if you ever decide to become a pregnant woman in your life, take some multivitamins with folate for the first 2 or 3 months. Bonjour, Ryan. How are you, my dude? Thanks for coming by. All right, I gotta go to the seashore because a guy told me that he was gonna get some fish for me. This guy, let me talk to him real quick. So how was your first night in the old cottage? It was good. You're growing some shroom? Dude. A little shroom action in your front garden, my dude? HMU. What else? Oh, I don't know if I want to go in the sewer quite yet. What's up, Charvy? How are you? Thanks for stopping in. Nice to see you. Alright. Here's Willie. The fishmonger. Ahoy there, son. Willie looks like a cool dude. This is a guy I want to meet. Heard there was a newcomer in town. Good to finally meet you. I'm still trying to unwind from a month out on the salty seas. 'Twas a big haul. I sold a lot of good fish. For some reason I feel like he has the Scottish accent. Or Irish. And look at the Irish. Finally saved enough to buy me a new rod. He is Irish. Buy me a new rod? Normally if you're not Irish you say buy myself a new rod. Finally saved enough to buy me a new rod. Top right corner? Am I blocking stuff? Oh, I didn't realize that. Top right? Well, actually, I'm gonna move it here because there is some information in the top right. Here, I want you to have my old fishing rod. It's important to me that the art of fishing stays alive. And hey, maybe you'll buy something from the shop once in a while. Yes! Time to catch some fish. A bamboo pole. Oh man, my inventory's all... There's good water here in the valley. All kinds of fish. Oh yeah. My shop's back open now, so come by if you need supplies. I'll also buy anything you catch. If it smells, it sells. That's what my old papa used to say anyway. If it smells, it sells. Aditi, I think you're making a lot of assumptions about this. She's just a fisherman. He's just out catching fish. He's not into meth and alcohol. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. Trevor, you fell asleep at 7? You snoozed. Actually, let me move my cam a little bit more smaller and then down. That's mine. Alright, let's take a look at how we fish here. I think you have to wait for the bobber to get pulled. Hit. Oh, I have to keep the bar. Click to raise the bar. Keep the bar behind. Oh, behind the fish? Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Sunfish. Oh, I don't have any. These stones need to go. What up, Chance? Got it. An anchovy. I can't keep fishing because I literally have no space. I have nowhere to put these fish. Oh, sunfish, anchovy, sunfish, anchovy. Sunfish is better. Throw it back. Alright, it's 1:50 p.m. I'm gonna get out of here. Ooh, Mr. H is calling me. Give me 1 sec. What is up, my dude? I'm streaming my office hours right now. No, I'm not done yet. What's up? Hit you up? Okay. Might be in like... I'll probably get off by 10. Okay. Later. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my farm, plant these seeds. I gotta save up enough money for that backpack. I gotta save up 2 grand because I cannot deal with not having enough inventory space. It's problematic. Mr. H wants to chat with me. So I got to call him back when I'm done here, which I am getting close to. It's 9:27. Let's see. parsnips here. Okay, and then let's do some beans. I got 5 beans. Let's do beans over here on the side of my yard. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's do the beans here. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I want to do my tulips in the front of my house. So we'll do this. We'll do... Where? Oh no, I put this too close to my house. Shoot. I'll just do this then. I'll just put them right here. This did not work out the way I wanted it to. Did not plan this well. I gotta get more water. Oh my god, I can't even make it to the pond. What did I get? You found a geode? The local blacksmith can break it open for you. Who knows what might be hidden inside? Filled it up. Alright, time to water my beans. And then these parsnips. Oops. Okay, 6:40 p.m. What should I do? I need to make money. So maybe I'll sell some stuff. Sell this fish. I need to build like a chest. Crafting. Oh yeah. Forgot about this. Let's put this chest up here. Can I put it on my porch? No? Can't put it on my porch? Oh, there we go. Let's put all, let's see. I don't need the pole right now. What are these? Oh, I can change the color. That's cool. I don't need the fibers, wood, stone, coal. That I'm going to take to the blacksmith. Need my tools though. It's getting dark. I'm actually kind of curious. Still have a decent amount of energy. I'm going to chop some stuff. I'm going to clear up some debris here. What is going on in the chat? I looked away for a second. What are you guys on about over here? Okay. Get all these weeds out of here. Clear up this farm. Got plenty of fiber. Forget what you can use fiber for in this game. Gotta clear out these rocks. Oh my god, it's a bat. I want to go to bed. I am not dealing with bats. I got 37 gold for that fish. Not bad. What was that? Some weird sounds, huh? Hey, look at that. It's raining. I don't have to water my plants. Thanks, clouds. Appreciate you. I want to leave some of these trees because I feel like they look nice. But all these weeds need to go. The weeds, the rocks, and the branches need to go. So I think today might just be... Actually, you know what I should do today? I should go fishing. I'm gonna go fish in my little pond here today. I think after this day is over, I'm going to call it quits for the night. Guys, I think this will be my last little day here. So if you have any other questions, there hasn't been many questions. There hasn't been that many bio questions. I'm surprised. We'll see. We'll see how we do on the exam. Oh, it's Mr. P in the chat. I got your text. I will take a look at the email and let you know if you have the right slides. I will give you green light on those. It's definitely not Pokemon. It does kind of have a Pokemon feel. It's just the whole vibe of the game is very old school graphics. So I get the Pokemon vibe. Looks like I got some seeds I can just plant. But I don't know what they are. They're mixed. See what grows, okay. Let's see what grows. Let's do a little like, well, we just do like a random little spot and pop them in. So DT, I can play other games, but not tonight. I'm calling it quits here pretty soon. Because I'm getting a little tired and it's time for me to sleep. Those geodes, I gotta take those to the blacksmith. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. See you, Tarun. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Blacksmith was way across to the other side. Way over here. Still haven't found any wild horseradish, which is what I was supposed to find for somebody. Process geodes. Ooh, that cost me money to do that. Man. Is there a zombie mode? I don't know. I mean, I would imagine. This game's been out long enough now that there's probably a lot of mods. Oh, you can upgrade your tools. $2,000. I know, Neonic, I will at some point. I'm not gonna. I will at some point. That's what I was saying. I think next stream I will, because it's been a while since I played that game, and I know people want me to play it. And it's gone through a lot of updates, I imagine. So I'll probably be confused and terrible at it, but I will plan to do that next stream. Okay, so I'm just going to go fish a little bit and then call it a day. Call it a day. This game, the Stardew Valley game, it's very, like, relaxing. It's almost like a game for people who, and this is probably the reason why I like it so much, is it's just like, it's one of those games where you always feel like there's something more you can, like, just one more thing to do. Just one more thing to do. It's very, like, OCD-ish kind of a game. It's very kind of a satisfying progression. There's always something to do, like, just like, and it's not even, like, meaningful things. It's, like, just little minor, like, little tasks. But yet it's very engaging. I don't know why. What do I need? I need my fishing rod. See what we can catch in here. What kind of fish we got in this little pond? Carp. Really? Carp? Why did I think carp was a sea or a salt water fish? Trash. What the heck? Yeah, new season. I haven't played StarCraft in a long time either. There's a lot of games I haven't played in a long time. Season 8 is big. Big. Season 8's out right now. This game has some weird sound sometimes. Dude, how come my pond is just mostly filled with trash? I'm a little disappointed right now in the quality of this pond. This is highly polluted water. Speaking of water pollution. Broken CDs, trash. Ooh, this one's a little bit feisty on the line. Just another carp. You know, like 2 weeks ago? I don't remember what season I played last. Maybe 6? No. 4? 5? I don't know. I think it was 6. I think I started on season 4. Oh, what did I just get? A little treasure chest? Wow. Chub. Another chub. Some more geodes. Hoverboards. Wow, they're introducing a lot of new features. Hamster balls. Volcanoes. Man. Things are getting wild in Fortnite. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, next stream. I will download and install it so that next stream I will play that thing. Oh wow, this one's definitely a stronger fish. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna lose this thing. I'm not losing it. Oh my god, that's fast. This must be a good fish. Must be some high quality fish here. Can't lose it. Dude. Dude. Come on. Got it. Largemouth bass. Okay. One last cast, and then I'm going to call it a night. Nothing like fishing in the rain. Oh, I said that was my last cast. Oh well. I need to get as much fish as I can and sell them so I get cash. I guess I still have a little bit of time in the daylight here before the monsters come out, so I might as well just max it out. And I have energy. Don't want to waste the day. You know what I mean? No point in wasting that day. Max it out before I go. Bullhead. Ooh, 21 inches. Monstrosity. But I can't keep it because I have to throw something away. But I don't have anything I want to throw away. Mineral. Oh no, I need to keep that. Geode. I guess just get rid of this daffodil. Oops, no. Let me go put these fish over here. Oh shoot. Dang son, get out of here, you bat. Alright, I'm done fishing now. That's easy. And that's a night. Level 1 fishing. 378 gold worth of fish. I'll take it. What was the most valuable? Dang, dude, that largemouth bass coming in at 125 gold. That's a monster. Alright. Does this game save automatically? Yeah, progress has been saved. Okay. Alright, everybody. Hopefully you do well on the biotest tomorrow. Appreciate those of you that had some questions. Those of you that didn't, I hope you know what you're doing. I will see you all tomorrow. in class. If you have questions then, feel free to ask. And then we got our test on Friday. Appreciate you all. Hope everyone has a good night. I'll catch you when I catch you. Peace.